All right, go ahead, Atsuko. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, good morning. The slideshow, it doesn't start. Why? Okay. Thank you very much for coming in early in the morning on Saturday. And my name is Atsuko Takase. And I have taught extensive reading and extensive listening to high school students and university students at 6 different universities for the past 25 years. And now I'm teaching elementary school children and also at the adults class. So today I would like to talk about the adult class. A happy retired life from extensive reading and listening. This is an ongoing case study. Okay. Now, outline. So the background, a serious problem in Japan and some hopeful studies for senior citizens, and the practice and conclusion. Now, background, a serious problem in Japan. Maybe most of you or many of you know, we have many problems, but one of them is an aging society. So Japan is one of the fastest aging nations in the world. And the population in Japan right now is 126 million and about. And the people over 65 is 36 million. It's about 28%, 28.7%. And then according to Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, they say that in 2025, 4 years from now, 1 in 5 people over 65 years old will develop dementia. Wow, what a terrible thing. And then the people are trying to prevent or delay, they're trying at least, Then popular activities for preventing or delaying the onset of dementia for senior citizens in Japan are board games, music, and physical exercises, and knitting, embroidery, or paintings, and especially the board games and music. So many, people start singing karaoke or chorus, or start playing the piano or guitar. And also many people do walking, not much swimming, but walking. And Japanese cricket is gate ball in Japanese, what we call. Then some hopeful studies for senior citizens. Maybe you have heard of this hopeful studies on dementia. Bialstock reported, she's your researcher, distinguished researcher, professor of psychology at York University in Toronto. And she reported the effects of bilingualism by looking at 200 Alzheimer patients' background. And compared to monolingual people, bilingual people improve later life cognition, and which delays the onset of dementia for about 4.1 years. And this study was repeated with another 200 patients, and the identical results were found. And also Back et al., and he is a cognitive neuroscientist and also the researcher at the University of Edinburgh, reported a positive effect of bilingualism on later life cognition. Now, the last one is in Japan. In 2015, Mayuzumi et al. Reported that by using MRI, the English teacher, Mayuzumi is an English teacher, and several other neurosurgeons found that the Japanese participant who read a lot of books in the second language, which is English this case, had the brain which worked just like a bilingual brain. Then I thought that these studies suggest that people who read a lot of books in the second language, especially English in Japan, and could delay the onset of dementia. Now, so the practice, I started practice, the extensive reading and extensive listening class for adults. The first I have given over 100 lectures on EL at various institutions across Japan during the past 20 years. Well, such as elementary school, high school, universities, seminars, public libraries, and volunteer groups, and so many places. And I found among the students and teachers who attended those lectures and seminars, I found many senior citizens who showed great interest in ER, in EL, especially in the public library. The whole room was packed with senior citizens in Tottori, yeah. And then extensive reading class, which is not only for senior citizens, but the Iwana English Grammar School where I work now had a seasonal extensive reading class. And I have extensive reading class for elementary school children, but plus for every long vacation, we welcomed anybody who wanted to read extensive reading. And they can be the school students from this students from other classes from this school, and their family members or relatives or friends of anybody were welcome. And the timing was 2 to 2.5 hours per day, every morning for 4 to 5 days during long vacations, 3 long vacations in Japan. Then, last year, 2020 and 2021, this year, we couldn't open this class due to the COVID-19. And now we've decided to make an adult class, adults for extensive reading and extensive listening class for adults. And then this adults class meet just once a week for 1 hour for 3 times a month. They want one, let's say, free time. And then they read for 1 hour in the class and take out some of the books to read or listen to outside. So the participants for this, from this study is Ms. A, all ladies. Now Ms. A is from a seasonal class, okay? And she received no or poor school English lessons at the end of the war, or right after the World War II. They didn't have any good English lessons at school. And then she has been studying English conversation for over 25 years to speak with her son-in-law. That means her daughter married an American son. So she couldn't speak a word. She couldn't say just hello, that's all at the beginning. So she tried to speak the practice conversation. But she had never read any English book before until she came to the seasonal school. And Miss B, she majored in English literature at the university, but it was not extensive reading. It was a grammar translation method. And she has been an auditor at a different university and practiced listening. And at the university, she didn't practice any listening. So after she graduated in listening, but she had never done extensive reading before. And Miss C, she's 55. She's not a senior citizen. She's still young. But she read several books at university, she also by using grammar translation method. So she had never done extensive reading before. And Miss D, still younger, 49. She had never read any English books. Okay. And she was, her daughter started to English up. Okay. So the number C, Miss C and D are future senior citizens. Okay. Now, reading performance of the A, she has the longest history of extensive reading for 5 years. She started very, very easy picture books the first year, and gradually she changed the level, okay, to the higher level books. And then the reading performance of BCD for the adult class. So B, as I said, she majored in English literature. She started from a pretty high level. And then, but still, for the first year and the second year, gradually her level is still went up. And Miss C, who had never read, done extensive reading, and she also started with a very easy book. And then, but you know, the surprising thing is she read 2,060 books last year. And now this year, up to June, the half year, and she's read 73 books. And it's still amazing, Miss D. In 2 months, she started in November last year. In 2 months, she read 218 books. And the very easy books, starting from level 0 or level 1, from the very beginning. And this year, in 6 months, she read 196 books. So the level of the books, they changed the level. This is A from 1960, the first year, second, third, fourth, fifth years, and gradually raising the level. And B, who majored English literature from the beginning, she read a little difficult books, but still she improved. And this C from the beginning, almost from the beginning, and gradually she is raising the level. And also D, Miss D, from the beginning, she's rapidly raising the level of books. And I asked them to fill out the questionnaire, and I did. I gave the interview everybody, and then found out their motivation. The Miss A, she said at the beginning she read Henry and Mudge series, and she was attracted by the cute pictures and onomatopoeia in children's picture books. And then after that, she kept reading. So this book, the reason was she loves dogs. And Henry and Mudge is about the dog. Probably, you know, yes, a very cute picture books. So she kept reading about animals and mountains and whatever she likes. And then B, her daughter suggested, her daughter used to be the student of this English school. So she suggested her to start EREL to improve reading speed and listening skill. And she can read very difficult professional books, but grammar translation. So now she needs some reading speed. She needs to improve reading speed. And also she wanted to maintain her English skill. She really studied English at university, so she wanted to maintain the skill. And C, she said, well, she was impressed by the conference presentation on ER, well, which was my presentation, but she came to me right away and she wanted to join the class. So the next day, no, not next day, but next week, she came to the adult class. She joined the adult class. And she wants to be able to read English without translating it into Japanese, which she used to do in university. And D, well, she was inspired by her daughter who started studying English at school. And she said she didn't study much when she was in junior high. And so she decided to read English. She started to redo English study from the beginning, from the very beginning. And she wants to enjoy reading with her and a lot of books and share the joy of reading with her daughters. She has 3 daughters. Okay? And how EREL have changed their lifestyle, I also asked them. And Miss A said she got used to sitting at the desk to read books. This is interesting, you know. And also she read so many different books and she found that same feelings that they have with the people who speak different languages. and mostly English, but she read some various kinds of books. And B said time for listening to English has greatly increased while doing housework, gardening, and on the move in the train. And her listening skill has greatly improved. Surprisingly, she listened to 130 long stories in 2 years. She listened to the CDs or the X-reading, some X-reading, and then she did, she used the any chances she could listen to. Okay. And C, she has become better at managing her time to read books because she wanted to read books. Then she listened to stories while she's cooking. Okay. That's many women do while cooking, just listen to the CDs. Okay. And also interestingly, she started to read books in Japanese as well. And Miss D, she quickly finishes housework in the morning, early in the morning, to use spare time for reading English books. So right after finishing housework, and she sit down and kept reading, and which has become her habit, daily habit. And she said, interestingly, she said, during summer vacation, I cannot read much because my kids come to me and talk. So when they are at school, she does this reading a lot. And so her habit is also sewing. So she listened to stories and CDs while sewing or cutting cloth, she said. Now, conclusion, I cannot conclude this study because it's ongoing study. To have results of this ongoing this study, we have to keep this class for another 10, 20, or 50, or another 100 years to find out the results of this ER which delays dementia for now. Okay, but at least the conclusion of this presentation is, as I said, popular activities for preventing or delaying the onset of dementia for senior citizens. And I would like to add, and for enjoyment, not only to delaying, but for enjoyment. And those games and activities, and I would like to add extensive reading and listening to delay onset of dementia, or prevent, I hope. Thank you very much for listening. And here's my address if you'd like to ask me some questions later on. And this is references. I thank you very much for listening. I think I have 3 more minutes, or no, almost done.
Almost done. Thank you very much, Atsuko. Can everybody please give Atsuko a round of applause?
Thank you.
I think this topic is fascinating about working with older learners and delaying the onset of Alzheimer's and dementia. It's really interesting to me.
Well, I'm not the exception. I'm one of them. Yes.
You teach children as well, right?
Pardon me?
You teach children also?
Oh, children, yeah.
What is the youngest and oldest student you have now?
The 4-year student, fourth graders. And I also have extensive reading club for any students can join. And mostly junior high school students and elementary school students join them. And even those who quit this school, who went to another cram school to study other subjects, they come back to this extensive reading club once a week.
Wonderful. And what's the oldest student?
The oldest student in the children's class?
No, you're teaching.
Oh, 87, Miss A, 87 years old. Yes.
So,
the second oldest is 74.
So about a 75-year age range between your youngest and oldest student.
So we have a question in the chat.
Yeah.
what is the process of the club? And did you provide any courses for them?
For a club, no. I ask their hobbies or what they like to read, what kind of books they like to read, and I carry books to the class, various books to the class, and they can choose whatever they like to read. It's all their choice. But if I listen to the Miss A, who likes mountain climbing, he used to do mountain climbing, or he likes animals, especially dogs, and I collect the books of dogs and mountains and then bring them to her. So I just listen to their taste. Even the club, even junior high school students, I ask them what kind of books they want to read and what they are interested in, and I give them to read. Yeah, I thought.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. And we have another comment here. This sounds like something I would like to start up with my university's local outreach center. I was thinking that it could be great if, oh, sorry, it's kind of scrolling down. Sorry. If retirees could use their ER experience to do reading aloud for children at local elementary schools.
Well, I've taught, as I said, I've taught so many university students, thousands and thousands of university students, and then also high school student and junior high school and elementary school and little kindergartens. So in my life, so I taught so many different different age groups, and I found that to teach or before doing extensive reading, just I read so many picture books to the children, elementary school children, and that works. I think it works very good, and they need this pre-ER program. They have to listen to so many English picture books, and then they gradually start reading picture books before they learn grammar. I'm going to talk about this for children on Tuesday at JERA.
Okay, great.
Children's class. Yes.
Great.
So before teaching grammar, they need to listen to lots and lots of picture books or storybooks. That's very important.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so we are kind of running out of time here.
Oh, yeah.
So Atsuko is going to go to her personal breakout room. And if you've got more questions or comments, you can talk to her there. And Atsuko, you can also see the comments and questions in this chat when you go to your breakout room.
Okay, thank you. But I would like to listen to Paul's presentation.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Great.
So after Paul's presentation, I'll go to my breakout room.
Yes. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I forgot about that.
No. I have to say it by myself.
One more time, let's please give Atsuko a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.